Crime Cafe. I'm Kristen, and I'm going to be bringing you every Monday a murder, mystery, and meal prep Monday. I'm super excited about it. I've had this idea for months now, and I was doing sit-down videos. I love doing them, but my computer broke, and I don't have the ability to edit big videos on my phone. It just isn't going to work. And I wanted to do this a while ago, but I was too scared to do it, to be completely honest. Way too scared. I don't have an Instagram worthy kitchen, and we rent this place, so I'm not gonna like do anything to it, and we're not gonna be moving anytime soon. So this is my kitchen, and you know, a lot of people have a kitchen like this, so I need to stop being scared and just do it, because I think this would be so much fun. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I do a lot with my son. He's in a lot of therapies. He has autism and global development delay, and we are very busy throughout the week, and I am 24/7. I mean, every mom's 24/7, but I don't get any to do anything like personally that makes me thrive, just myself thrive. So I miss doing YouTube videos, and I thought to myself, you know, I could do shorter videos prepping something, because we're going to be doing keto. So I will prep stuff for a couple days or for dinner that night, and you can watch me prep, and I'll tell you a little true crime story that I've wanted to talk about. And all the meal prep information is going to be in the description box below. The dog is barking outside. Always barking. I won't be talking about what I'm doing during the video, but you'll always find the recipes and stuff down below. And today's recipe is, I just saw it, so I'm really excited to try it. I follow Keto Made Simple on Instagram. She's amazing at anything keto or Atkins. If you're doing anything like that, or just want to like cut your carbs a little bit, go follow her. She put up a Keto COPYCAT Texas Roadhouse rattlesnake bite. It's like such a long title, but they look really, really good. I've never tried them from Texas Roadhouse, but they look awesome, and I'm really excited to make them and try them. So, the dog. And for the true crime case, I thought I would bring you for the next couple weeks until Valentine's Day, true crime cases. I think it's super interesting. I've never actually looked up crimes that happened on Valentine's Day, so I have a bunch of them in the works, and today's is going to be about Jesse McBain and Patricia Mann. Jesse McBain and Patricia Mann were seeing each other. They were both in college, and it took place during 1971 in North Carolina. They were actually headed out for a date, and Jesse shared a car with his brother, and it wasn't his night to have it. He had to make a deal with his brother so he can pick up Patricia, and they were going to a Valentine's Day dance. It was at Watts Hospital, which is where Patricia like interned, because she was going to school to be a nurse. After the dance, they went back to Patricia's dorm. Now, usually curfew was like earlier, it was around 11, but this time the students were able to go back and actually sign themselves out so they can stay out later. Curfew that night, because of the dance, was 1 o'clock in the morning. So they went and signed themselves out, and they took themselves to a place called Lover's Lane. And that's where the nursing students would take like the boys that they were interested in, and they would go and drive up to Lover's Lane together. And they actually had certain spots. It was in a cul-de-sac, and they actually had certain spots that like were specific to certain nurses. Like, they went there so often, I guess, that you would drive past and like if the regular couple wasn't there, or like the regular person wasn't there, you probably shouldn't go there because they're probably gonna show up. So like, I thought that was funny. So Jesse and Pat never made it back by curfew, and Patricia's roommates were really concerned the next day because she was a good girl. She didn't do things like that. And they reached out. They went to look for her at any spot that they could think that she would actually go. They looked at the Lover's Lane places and they could not find her anywhere. They called all the hospitals. There was no sign of her. They made a police report right away, but the police were they kind of shrugged it off that day anyway, and the roommates went and started searching themselves. They just knew that she wouldn't do something like this. It was really out of character for her to not be around and not show up or tell them where she was. The police seriously thought that the couple ran off to elope, that they were so wrapped up in the Valentine's Day hype and the dance and Lover's Lane, and that they decided to go and marry each other and run away. The roommates did not think so. The family members did not think so. They knew better, and they continued to search for them. And after a few days, when the couple still were nowhere to be found, the police finally took it seriously and started to do search parties for them. Now, it wasn't until 12 days later that a surveyor was actually out in the woods surveying the land, and he stumbled upon something. He saw what looked like a mannequin sticking up from leaves, and he went to go check it out, and he quickly realized that it wasn't a mannequin, it was the couple. So when the police came and checked it out, it showed that the couple were like pushed up against a big tree with their backs against the tree, and they were tied to the tree, but they were loose enough that their bodies were slumped over and the leaves were like covering them. That's why the man thought that they were just mannequins, but it was the couple. So they saw that ropes were around their neck as well, and they both still had all of their belongings on them. Nothing was missing, so it wasn't a robbery, which it's just awful. I mean, not that a robbery justifies anything at all, I'm not saying that, but like, then you know the motive then, but to torture these kids for no reason at all is just, the reports showed that their necks had bruises on it, like someone was purposely pulling a rope tight and then loosening it. So repeatedly being tortured by strangulation, and there was no sign of sexual assault at all. Like I said, nothing was taken from them, and but it showed that Patricia was kicked and beaten. She was really bruised, broken ribs, and she was in pretty rough shape internally from being physically abused. So where they were found was actually another place that lovers would hang out. There was a fire pit there. There was beer cans all around, cigarettes thrown all around. So that was another area that people frequently stayed. This specific area was right on the county line. So this is what went so wrong with this case, because Orange County police officers and Durham County, I think that's how you say it, they were both in on this case, but they were not working together at all. So they were both collecting evidence, speaking with people, and doing all the things. and none of them were telling each other what they had. So, the two police departments had a really hard time working together. They didn't work together at all. Didn't share any information with each other, and they each had some suspects. A lot of the suspects took lie detector tests and things like that, and some of them passed, some of them failed. But there was one person that really stood out to them, and it was a doctor from the hospital that Patricia was working at, because he denied everything. He wouldn't talk to them. He wouldn't take a lie detector test. He would not cooperate at all, and they found that really odd. But they couldn't do anything about it. They didn't have anything. So that's kind of where it ended. And a woman named Caroline Spivey contacted the police department in 2014 with some information that she had heard, rumors that she heard, and she just wanted them to check into it. So Horn and his partner, Hunter, they reopened the case, and they dove into it like nobody's business. They wanted to figure this out. They thought that it was such an injustice for how the two counties didn't work together at all, and that they felt like they could have gotten the killer if they would have just worked together and put all their information together. So they really wanted to pull it out for this couple. Called up the original investigators of the case from both counties. They brought them in to look over all of the information that these new guys put together, because they had all of the information from both counties, and things looked a little bit more clearer. And they presented, I'm gonna hear my son, he is awake now. They presented all of the information, all of the evidence to the original detectives that were on the case, and there was complete silence in the room. They could not believe how one county wouldn't know all the things that this other county would know, and they were just awestruck in the fact that this could have been solved. It could have been solved. Of all the suspects that they had from the beginning, only one is still alive, and that is the doctor from Watts Hospital, the one that they really suspected. And the detective reached out to him and asked him if he would submit a DNA sample for them, so they could finally, get him off the list, off the suspect list, and put an end to that so they can move on. And he called up his lawyer and said no, denied it. He will not cooperate in any way. Our next step in the case, what they want to do is use a very expensive machine, and there's not a lot of them. It's called an MVAC machine, and it lets them extract DNA samples from really complicated areas and stuff, so they can kind of get DNA on their own. But that has not happened yet. So that is still active, still going. But they are working on it. They want to bring justice to this couple. It's just crazy that it happened in 1971, and they're working so hard to try to solve it. I think that's amazing. That is going to be it for this case. Let me know what you think of it, how you feel about it. If you know any more details that I didn't go over. And like I said, I will have what I'm doing, what I'm prepping, will be in the description box below. I'm really excited about this. I think it's gonna be really good. So check that out, especially if you're into keto or Atkins or watching your carbs or just want a yummy snack. I think it would be really good. And don't forget, every Monday I'm going to be bringing you a true crime case that I've been thinking about. This entire month I'm going to have all like wrapped around Valentine's Day and do different prepping things, meals, whatever I come up with, whatever I need for the day. But yeah, I'm really excited. So if you think that you'll like something like this, where we just hang out and chat, definitely hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell notification, because that will let you know when I upload a new video. But like I said, it'll be every Monday. And I'm making a mess. I'm very messy, but messy food is good food. Trust me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.